Well, before the athletes could come to Vancouver to compete and before the games could begin, the longest Olympic torch relay ever had to take place. It started in Victoria and then went across the country. It took more than 12,000 torchbearers and thousands of volunteers and others to take the torch right across the country. To keep everybody safe during that 106-day journey, there were 5 police officers who traveled with the flame, one of them from Victoria. A News reporter Maggie Cox joins us now live with more. Maggie.
Hudson, Sergeant Tony Parks had to put his life on hold for 3.5 months for the torch relay, but he says it was all worth it. Sergeant Tony Parks is talking to a class of students at Selkirk Montessori School about what it was like to carry the Olympic torch on its relay across Canada.
It was pretty emotional, and I just loved every second of it. I savored every step along the way.
Parks has spent a lot of time with the Olympic flame over the past few months. Not only did he carry the torch, but he was one of the 5 officers to accompany the flame across the country.
My main role is just to make sure things run smoothly on the police side, and our job was to protect the torchbearer and make sure that the torchbearer was fine.
15 years as a triathlete helped prepare Parks for the 106 days spent riding and running with the torchbearers through rain, sleet, and snow. He got to meet some pretty big Canadian names, but he says it was the ordinary Canadians who made the biggest impression on him, particularly those in the north.
The Canadian pride that came out and the flags and the "O Canada" singing impromptu it was unbelievable.
Parks says there were anti-Olympic demonstrations in most communities along the way, with some of the biggest protest crowds in Vancouver and Toronto. But he says the majority of the groups didn't cause too much of a problem. During the 45,000-kilometer journey, Sergeant Tony Parks traveled with the flame through more than 1,000 different communities. However, he says it was day 1, right here in Victoria, that was the most challenging.
It was trial and error the entire day. And when we saw the crowds building here and right up to, from the legislature right up government to here, that we had no idea what to expect.
Fortunately, the Victoria event went off mostly without a hitch, and the torch relay continued on its cross-country journey with only a few minor hiccups.
I was part of a team of about 250 people at any given time that traveled 106 days across Canada in the winter. And we were on time within the minute every single day.
Including the final day of the relay, day 106, when Parks got to sit in the back of the truck protecting Wayne Gretzky as the Great One carried the flame to light the cauldron.
I didn't get a chance to really spend much time with him, for obvious reasons. He was the star, and I was the back-of-house guy hiding and trying to stay out of the shots. But, you know, he was absolutely, as I said, a true professional.
And the same can be said for Sergeant Tony Parks. Thanks to his professionalism and courage, a new Olympic hero is recognized in the capital region. Now, Hudson, despite all of the running, biking, and walking, Parks says he actually gained some weight during the relay because every community he went through, people wanted to cook him some of their hometown cooking.
What a great way to sample some great Canadian menus right across the country. What an experience for him.
Yes.
Maggie, thank you.
Thank you.